to a special episode of Shooting the Bull. Tonight is the night. It is the pre-game show for the debate, the moment we've all been waiting for since Donald Trump first came down the escalator. Tonight is the big debate, and we're here to give our 2 cents on our predictions of what's going on. So tonight, I cannot believe I'm actually going to say this, but for the presidency of the United States, Donald Trump will be squaring off against Hillary Clinton in their first presidential debate. I am your host, Justin, as always.
I'm Ariana.
I'm Ross.
And so, guys, we've finally reached the point we've all been talking about and preparing for. It's like we're ready. The whole off season has happened, and now we're down to the first big game.
Yeah.
That's what it's like for me. This is like the big suit. This is the finals, man. Yeah. This is the final round. They've got to put it all on the table tonight to see who's going to do what. And I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous, and I'm very excited. But we're here to offer our early predictions of what we think is going to happen. Let me just start. Ross, what do you think is going to happen tonight in the presidential debate?
I honestly don't think anything super exciting is going to happen.
Really? So you think... Because, I mean, a lot of people are expecting this thing to be absolutely
like
a circus. A circus,
yeah.
yes.
No, I don't see that.
You don't see that happening?
No, I think... And it's because everyone expects it to. I feel like Trump's... Since he got Kellyanne Conway, I think that's her name.
She's kind of calmed him down.
Softened him a lot, and I feel like she's
which is ironic for him that it took a woman to come in to really settle him down. All right, let me ask you this. I want to get your opinion on this. I heard that they tackled this 2 different ways when it came to preparing. One, Hillary Clinton likes to study. They said that she has been studying rigorously. She's been practicing for 2 or 3 different types of Trump. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump said that he wasn't going to practice, that he was just going to kind of go in there and wing it. Now, obviously, he's practiced a little bit, but I don't think he's practiced as much. Mm-hmm. Do you think this will help or hurt?
For Donald Trump supporters, I don't think it will hurt at all because it's the same thing they did on Family Guy whenever Lois ran for candidacy, where she just kept saying 9/11, but his 9/11 is immigration and make America great again.
That's right.
So I'm actually
How many times do you think we'll hear that tonight, make America great again?
That's what I was going to say. I think they should turn it into a drinking game. You should take a shot every time he says make America great again. Anytime he talks about the border, anytime he talks about how dumb Hillary is, I think you should take a shot, and I'm pretty sure everyone will die of alcohol poisoning, so then there will be no country to vote for anyway.
Ross was telling me that the Attorney General, we don't know if this is true or not, but the Attorney General, Surgeon General put out something saying, do not play Trump drinking games because you will most likely die.
I hope that's true, but I can't imagine it being true.
Right.
That'd be great, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, we're here, and I wanna get your thoughts on this as the only woman in the room.
I just have a uterus. That doesn't make me a woman.
Well, as far as we know. Well, you're the closest thing to it then.
Yeah.
When it comes to... Do you think this is true? When it comes to a job interview, because that's basically what this is when it comes to a job interview. Mm-hmm. The guy goes in there and he can embellish on his record, or he can say whatever. He can embellish. Guys talk about themselves quite a bit. They hype themselves up. Mm-hmm. Do you think that sometimes women don't talk about themselves a lot? Because if they go in there and look that way, they might not get hired for the job.
It makes them seem conceited.
Yes. So Hillary Clinton tonight, I think she has to put that aside. See, I think that's her big thing. She's done a lot. She has a lot more in her resume than Donald Trump does.
Yeah, she talks more about helping children, helping minorities, and just helping like the lower class and the lower people more than she ever talks about herself. And that's why people think she's so stuck up and so unable to read, because she won't talk about herself. But she's not there to talk about herself. She's there to tell you why she should be president. Yeah. And I think that's smarter for a tactic anyway for hiring for a job, because at least you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to some degree, I actually wish that she would go out there tonight, though, and say, look, this is what I've done. Mr. Trump, what have you been doing this whole time? Yeah. I kind of wish she would go out there and talk about her record a little bit, because she has a very extensive record.
Yeah. She does.
I know that we lost most of it in the emails, but that's a joke. That's going to be a huge point.
But they already proved recently, actually I think it was just a few days ago, that everything in the emails are not... They recovered some of the emails and they went through them and found that none of them were actually able to give her jail time charges.
Yeah.
Well, none of them whatsoever.
The thing that I heard, and I think there's some people who debate this, but of all the emails she had, none of them were classified when she had them. They were made classified retroactively.
Exactly. And
So
that's why they couldn't jail her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean that seems pretty, cut and dry. If it's made classified long after she's handled them, then I don't see why she's responsible for any of that.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
But I hope she comes out tonight and really talks about herself and all the things that she's done, because she has done a lot and she has a lot to be proud of. And if she goes out there and says that and then looks at Trump and says, what have you been doing?
I want Hillary to have a Nicki Minaj moment. I don't know if you knew about this, but Miley Cyrus, this is between Miley Cyrus and Nicki Minaj, pop culture. And
that's what you're here for.
No, totally. And Miley Cyrus just like tore into Nicki Minaj on some song, on some performance of some concert. And then at the music awards, Nicki won the award, and she was like talking, and she was like, and also, Miley, what's good? And Miley was like, yo, you know how the press is, blah, blah, blah. I just want her to tear him an entirely new asshole so that more shit can just finally fall out, and maybe he won't be such a shitty person. Nah. I think he's just constipated.
Well, here's what I think.
And that's why he's so fucking orange, It's some condition.
It's a condition. Here's what I truly believe. I'm
sorry, side note. Have you seen the t-shirt that has the Donald Trump hair on it that you can brush?
No, that's great.
Oh my
I haven't
God.
seen that.
And it says it's like wind prone, so you can see his little thing fly around. I want one of those shirts, even if he's never pray to God he's not president. But if he's not, I just want one for myself.
That's awesome. I saw a little poster of him, and it said, "We shall overcome."
We shall overcome. Well, I saw the one. I know that some people have been putting out signs that say, "I'm proud to be one of the deplorables."
Trump,
God. Pence.
Well, this speaks to a bigger issue with a lot of people, primarily conservatives. Not to pick on that, but but there is a pride in not knowing. Some people are proud of what they don't know. They sort of abscond intelligence. You're one of those intellectual kind. We're the good old people who we don't need all that
that's
stuff.
Actually happened to me. And someone literally told me one time, you just consider yourself one of those smart people. And
exactly, as if that's a bad thing. But that's a huge problem. Being proud of what you don't know is a horrible thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like an epidemic. At least on one side. Yeah. And then you've got almost, to be fair, to a certain extent on the other side, you've got people who think they know too much.
That's true.
So it's sort of no one's meeting in the middle. I would say that
no one's just hanging
the right
out.
Is a little bit worse.
Here's what I think. I think tomorrow the headlines talk about how great Trump did in this debate. And I'll tell you why. Because the bar for him is set so low that all he literally has to do is go out there tonight. Mm-hmm. Not say anything racist, not say anything bigoted, don't make fun of Hillary being a woman.
Now, do you think he's going to be actually nice? Because she's been...
For 20 minutes.
She's had the health issues. I'm I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and, before he says anything, wish her well.
Yeah.
Just to look good.
He's going to do that. And
that would be a good move on his part.
I was talking to one of my conservative friends, and she was telling me they honestly expect Hillary Clinton to drop dead tonight because she can't sustain herself. She's that sick to where they think she's going to drop dead tonight. So if she doesn't drop dead at the podium, maybe then they'll say maybe she's all right. But I think Trump's going to win because all Trump has to do is go out there and be nice.
Yeah.
Let her get angry. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold as well. Let her get angry.
Hanging out with Hillary.
You're going to die before the election.
I can't make it through the rest of the show. I don't have the strength. I'm going to...
Well, a lot of people are saying that if you watched his performances, one way to really get under his skin is to attack him because he doesn't handle that well. And if she tries to do that and he's able to handle it, it's just going to make her look bad.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't handle it well,
that's what I think. I think he's going to try. I think he's honestly going out there to try, but 25 minutes into it, he'll break.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think he'll break. I think he'll break down. I do.
I feel like he's been lying about not studying. I feel like he has. I feel like he's really going to try and surprise people. Because the thing is him being an asshole has already won over all the people that could possibly win over. So from this point on, he's trying to get people who don't like him being an asshole by saying, look, I'm not that big of an asshole.
Yeah.
He's trying to get those people. So he would completely screw himself if he played that role because that role has already served him as well as it can.
That's true.
So what does Hillary Clinton have to do tonight to get those headlines tomorrow? What does she have to do tonight?
Say something racist.
for her to be the winner?
Yeah, what does she have to do tonight? What does she have to do?
I think it's mostly, unfortunately, on him. I feel like he has to do worse for her to win.
Yeah.
Because the problem with this is, say she does fine, and say he does fine, and it's a tie. Whenever there's a tie, it always goes to the underdog, and he's clearly the underdog.
Yeah,
so all he has to do is tie, and he'll
he kept
win.
up with her. Yeah, he kept up with her and that kind of thing.
But this is one of 3, I believe.
Yes.
3 debates.
Yeah, this is the first round. And he could snap at any moment.
He's very unpredictable.
He could snap. He is very unpredictable. I think he'll break at some point. Tonight I did see that the screens are going to be split the entire time, so you'll be able to see both facial reactions at all times.
God.
You'll be able to see that. The microphones will be open the entire time. There will be no break, and it will be commercial free.
Because faces speak so much more volume.
There was I forget who it was, but there was actually someone saying that as far as like being a citizen and wanting to know what they have to say, obviously you need to hear what they're saying, but he said as far as being like wanting to observe their behavior, he said muting it and just watching their reactions is going to tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, that is smart.
So that'd be cool.
Let me ask you: Do you think we're finally going to get the big ISIS plan out of him tonight? You know he's going to get asked about ISIS like he did in the Commander in Chief for him.
No, because I don't think he has one. He's already pretty much said that.
He said that
he has no plans for anything.
Ariana, what's your plan to defeat ISIS?
My plan to defeat ISIS is to just, I don't know, blow them all up.
All right.
Well, see,
just like fuck it, because they're blowing everybody else up. Why not just blow them up?
Get them to taste their own medicine.
Well, the thing is if you listen to Trump, you would think that they're like knocking on our back door. We've hit ISIS pretty hard in the last couple of years. I mean, this ridiculous notion that Obama is like soft on that and maybe he sort of feels bad for them. No one has destroyed more terrorists than him.
He's been using drones constantly.
Yeah.
In fact, people have been giving him hell about the drones.
The drones, yeah, 'cause he's killing everybody.
Do you think...
we don't have Americans dying for it.
Do you think tonight... I'm not going to make it to this whole thing. I'm like Hillary Clinton. I'm going down. Do you think tonight Charlotte will be brought up, or the unrest between police? Do you think that'll be brought up in the debate tonight?
Police, yeah. Charlotte, no. Charlotte's just another notch on the block.
Belt. Yeah.
Maybe, actually, I'd give it like a 15% chance that Charlotte's brought up just because it's the most recent one that's been reported on so heavily.
Yeah.
But
do you think police will be brought up tonight?
Yes. Because we do need something done about our policing system.
Yeah, that's
they
something
have less training than soldiers do.
Exactly, and that's something I really wanted to hit home in tomorrow's show. So you'll have to stick around for tomorrow and listen to that because I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah. The thing in Charlotte, the officer was black in Charlotte, correct?
Yeah.
So that right there, as far as a talking point, it's going to be less important for people like Trump or whatever, because they want to, or rather Hillary, because a lot of people who want to talk about sort of racism are definitely going to want to go with the other current event where it was a white woman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Charlotte, and I'm not saying I agree with that. I mean, I think that's part of the problem.
Well, I think Charlotte proves that.
But, yeah, they're trying to look for the most polarizing thing.
Well, I think Charlotte proves, and not to get on this because I want to save a lot of this for tomorrow, but I think Charlotte proves a lot of what I've been saying to people forever is that I don't think it's so much of a race problem. I think it's a policing issue.
Yeah, they're just not good.
Like, they're just not good at their job.
They don't report all of the shootings that have happened by police officers, just the ones where it's a white officer versus a black person.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it does happen a lot more than...
It does.
Because we do have a lot more white officers than we do black officers.
Definitely.
Just because of the way education has worked and the way that it has been so open to other communities to be like, hey, this is a job option you can have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the only reason why. And since it was a black officer with a black person, that's why it's so blown up in North Carolina, just because it happened in our state. Yeah. But other places, it's just
a regular day.
It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I there's definitely race issues in a lot of circumstances.
Yeah, it's not always innocent.
But it's not. But I think you do need to look at every aspect of the data. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, regardless of what you're fighting for. Even if you're fighting against prejudice, you're doing yourself a disservice by pretending like that's the only thing that's happening.
Yes, because all of it boils down to fear.
Yeah.
The one video where the guy, he was sitting in the passenger seat or the driver's seat or something with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend was filming, and she was so calm the whole time.
Yeah, with the daughter
when he got
in the
shot.
back. Yeah.
He was calm about it. The officer was shaking because he felt so. You could tell he felt bad, but he was so scared that he was going to die because that guy had a family. The black guy that got shot had a family, but the officer also had a family, and he was just scared that he was going to be next. And he was like, "It's either me or you."
I got thoughts on that.
But it was a misunderstanding, a very, very terrible misunderstanding.
Well, if you listen to the I forget where it was. Was it Arizona? The other one that happened with the female?
I think so, yeah.
She's like screaming, like she clearly has no control over her emotions. She's sounding scared. Yeah. And it's like, this is not the job for you if that's how you're going to react.
Right.
It just isn't.
Right, it really isn't.
Yeah, I'll get a lot of thoughts on that, and we'll discuss that tomorrow. But I wanted to know.
Back to the debate. I'm sorry, we were just.
Yeah. I wanted to know, like, if that was going to come up at all, because that is a topic that is big amongst the American people now.
Right.
People have an idea, but you know what? Here's the thing. I don't know how much of this debate is going to help with the polls, though, because the country is more split than it ever has been in my lifetime. I mean, people are on one side or the other, and they're not meeting in the middle. And the country has gotten split. I don't know who split us up. I don't know who did that. Some people say that Obama did that. The lady who works for Trump, who had to resign, said that Obama created the racism in this country.
No,
I mean that's absurd.
Which the only thing I can give her that.
So Obama was around whenever slavery was happening. Are you fucking kidding me?
The only thing I would give her with the only thing I would notion is that when Obama got elected, the racists came out.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That is the only thing I would say. Maybe she has.
Yeah.
The things people never really said out loud, they finally said let's say it out loud.
When they elected a black president.
Yeah, and then Trump just sort of emboldened
gasoline.
Yeah,
he is gasoline on a little match that could have been.
Well, he spoke to the Americans that didn't have a voice. They didn't need it.
Well, they did not need it. They needed to say
it, but he spoke to them.
It's not a very. I just don't see how that is going to advance anything in any positive way.
No. If you're going to judge someone just because they're a little bit darker pigmented than you are, then you're just stupid and you're missing an opportunity to meet someone who could change the entire world.
Yeah. But man, the debate is just minutes and hours away. Yeah. It is coming. It is time to see what is going to happen and then to see what happens tomorrow. And I think you won't notice the poll numbers at first. I think it'll take a couple of days, and then you'll see it start to shift around. Yeah. But definitely, we'll see some changes. We'll see how well Donald Trump does tonight. I think the only thing he has to focus on is not being Donald Trump. I think if he isn't Donald Trump, he will come out of this on top, and he'll look like the winner. And Hillary Clinton actually has a very uphill battle to fight tonight, because it's going to be a lot harder for her than it is with Trump.
Well, have you seen? I think he's going to be mostly scripted tonight. Yeah. And if you've ever seen him scripted, he's horrible.
And Kellyanne can't do it. We'll be able to tell.
He's reading from a prompt. It's funny because he talks shit about people reading from a prompter. It's like,
and he can't do
I was going to say, what's worse than reading from a prompter? Not being able to read from a prompter correctly.
Yes.
And that's what he does. And he's just... But here's the thing, though. Whenever he does that, though, he sounds so much more sensible because he doesn't sound like himself.
Exactly, because he's not.
And there's just too many stupid people who see that and go, oh, he's not so bad. Yeah. And it's like, as long as someone is feeding him what to say, he can parrot it like anyone else. But when you give him the chance to talk, you hear all this ridiculous bullshit come out of his mouth.
Yeah.
So, for me, even if he completely stays on script, it's still not going to be impressive at all. Mm-mm. I just don't find that impressive. I don't find you were saying how the bar is set so low.
It is.
I don't find it impressive to not.
You might as well just read a book on stage.
Yeah.
That is a terrible
Shakespeare.
It is a terrible thing when we get to the presidential debate and the bar is set so low for one of the candidates that if
he talked about his dick one time.
Yes,
he literally did. And his hand size.
As long as he doesn't talk about his dick tonight,
when dicks come into when dicks finally make their way into a debate,
you can't go anywhere else.
No, you can only go up from there.
Anthony seen a wiener, we just showed his to everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Should we say that for tomorrow?
Tomorrow. And
wiener update.
Wiener update. And we'll let you know that tomorrow. But it's time for the debate. Join us. We're going to go ahead and get started watching it. We hope you are too. It promises to be quite the evening. I don't think it's going to be... Obviously, I've not seen all the debates in American history, but I definitely know that tonight we are living probably one of the most unique debates we'll ever see as Americans.
One of the weirdest ones.
One of the weirdest
Maybe
ones.
not the greatest.
Maybe not the greatest, but it's definitely one of the weirdest debates we'll ever see as American citizens in this country. All the other countries are even looking at us going, what the hell's going on over there in the USA? But all that is going to be settled tonight. We're going to see what these candidates, how they react to one another and what they do. And tomorrow on Shooting the Bull, we'll have a complete recap of everything that happened tonight. So, everybody go and sit down with your sodas and your drinking games and all that and be safe tonight.
Register to vote.
Register to vote. As Obama always says, don't boo, vote. I love it when he says that.
It's a
good little thing. It's a good little thing. So we'll see you here tomorrow night for a complete recap and more on Shooting the Bull. I'm Justin.
Ariana.
I'm Ross.
Take it easy.